Presidential race isn't the only thing on the Colorado ballot in less than 100 days.
And there are several ballot measures to bone up on. Here's our political specialist, Shaun.
The state legislature wouldn't approve paid family leave. Now we, the voters, may have the chance to do so. Signatures still being counted for that ballot measure, as well as one that would lower the state income tax rate. Among the measures we know are on the ballot, moving to the national popular vote for president, a ban on late-term abortions, proof of citizenship to vote, the reintroduction of gray wolves, and an increase in the tobacco and nicotine tax. Here to talk about all these ballot measures are analyst, Democrat Mike Dino, Republican Dick Wadhams. You know, despite COVID-19, it's still going to be a crowded ballot. I think COVID really helps make the case for that paid family leave measure, Dick.
You know, Shaun, businesses are already struggling because of the coronavirus and the decline in the economy. And to impose yet another requirement on businesses at this time, I don't think is very smart. And I think the business community will rally and try to oppose this, because you're going to end up killing more jobs if this passes.
And I agree with Dick. I think the business community will be out there to oppose this, but this is a Democratic year. And I think in this state, it is a Democratic issue. And so it has a really good chance of passing. I think the Democrats have done a good job of messaging it, particularly at the legislature. And the constituencies around it will work hard to make sure it's passed. So I expect it'll have a good chance of turning out well on November 3rd.
Abortion seems to be on the ballot every year. Does it stand a chance this year?
I don't think it stands a chance, but I do think it is a tactic to certainly get conservatives to turn out and vote, and maybe help narrow the margin for Cory Gardner, certainly for Donald Trump. But I don't think it gets them far enough, and I don't think it has much of a chance this year.
Dick, I know you do think this has a shot.
I do, because I think polling will show that even pro-choice voters, a big chunk of pro-choice voters, do support a late-term abortion ban. And I also think this will be a very uncomfortable question for many Democratic candidates to answer. Do you support any limitation on abortion in terms of ninth-month abortions? And I don't think they've gotten a good answer to that. John Hickenlooper has really fumbled that issue several times already. He's fumbled a lot of things, but especially on this. So I think that it will be an interesting debate in this November election.
Well, the Democratic and Republican conventions are coming up this month, and you know, both of them are virtual this year. Doesn't appear either candidate is going to attend. And you know, these used to be where you selected the nominee, but now they're really just about selling the nominee to voters. So do they matter anymore? Do you think anybody will watch, Dick?
Conventions still matter, Shaun. I mean, a lot of attention on the vice presidential pick by Biden. And of course, his speech. He's been cocooned in his basement for so long that this is kind of like a coming out party in some ways. And then the president's speech will be a big deal, whether it's at the White House or wherever. But no, and both parties will get the attention they want on this.
And Mike, Democrats will have some big name speakers like the Obamas.
Yeah, I think the conventions this year are different in the sense that I don't think they matter as much. I think the candidates have already said they don't, by the fact that they've kind of abdicated from the traditional way of doing it because they've had to. The virus has precipitated that. And I think with sports up and running, these speeches, I mean, people have heard the president on TV. They've, you know, they kind of got a taste of him during the primaries. So I think it'll be hard to get the bump that they used to get from the big extravaganzas that were produced over 4 days. And particularly, you know, thinking back to what Obama did in Denver 12 years ago in the stadium, it's a far cry from that now, having to speak from either the White House or your basement. And I think...
Of course, you're a little bit biased on that one. But
Sure. Now, that was a spectacular time. But the bottom line is that I think the campaigns have diminished them, and I think that the public will too.
For those who may not know, Mike was CEO of the host committee for the DNC in 2008, and it was just a spectacular show. Good job, Mike.
Yeah.
That's it for us. We'll see you next week.